Chat! Recently, kick streams have been under a whole host of fires. I don't know if you guys heard this, but recently in France, there was a kick streamer who passed away in his sleep. A lot of people have been outcrying and pouring attention towards it because there's a very, very interesting chance that it was in relation to a lot of physical abuse, be it potential waterboarding, constant blows to the head and abdomen, potential ingestion of like toxic substances, as well as a history of heart issues. I believe his name is Jean Pierre. Currently, that is all being investigated in France. I wanted to cover it, but I did want to let the story develop a little bit because there was a lot that was going on. However, within the last 24 hours, another thing happened. Insano in the braino right now. There is a kick streamer and MMA fighter known as Raja Jackson, who is the son of Rampage Jackson. For those who don't know, Rampage Jackson was a UFC belt holder. I don't remember which belt he held. I don't remember what weight class he fought in. But this is a gentleman who is the son of a fighter. Son of a world-class, world-renowned MMA fighter. And he's come under a lot of fire regarding an incident at a indie wrestling company because of the events that I'm going to show you that transpired. So this started off, and I made a series of tweets, but I want to highlight this because this is how I came across this. This is Rampage Jackson speaking in regards to his son, saying, I want to clear up some of the misinformation about my son Raja. I have been informed that the wrestler Stuart Smith, aka Psycho Stu, is awake and stable. Raja was unexpectedly hit in the side of the head by him moments before Smith's match, which we will get to. Raja was told that he could get his payback in the ring. Now, Greg, you are a huge wrestling fan. What is that called?
They call it like a receipt.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Essentially, it's just in wrestling terms. If you do a bump or if you're in a spot, somebody hits you a little harder than anticipated or expected for the spot, you hit them back just as like a hey, watch yourself type of situation. It's generally for pro wrestlers to communicate to pro wrestlers. It's generally not a thing that you do to other people who are not pro wrestlers because they don't understand I don't want to say nuance, but I guess the situations or the ties associated with what that kind of entails. But also I personally don't like people who are not pro wrestlers getting in the ring with pro wrestlers and trying to do spots.
Yeah. And it's very interesting because typically that would be like, this isn't like it's very important to note that Raja specifically is not just a regular layperson. He's a trained MMA fighter. His record, I believe, currently is 0-1-0. I'm not a UFC MMA person, so I don't personally know what that means. I believe that's I don't know what the one in the center means. That might be like a technical knockout. I don't know what that means personally, so I wouldn't know. But this is a kid that has been trained to be a fighter presumably for a long period of time, maybe even earlier by his own father, walking in his father's footsteps. So Rampage goes on to say, it was a bad judgment and a work that went wrong. Raja is an MMA fighter and not a pro wrestler and had no business involved in an event like this. I don't condone my son's actions at all. He suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago and had no business doing anything remotely close to physical contact. As a father, I'm deeply concerned with his health and the well-being of Mr. Smith. That being said, I'm very upset that any of this happened, but my main concern now is that Mr. Smith will make a speedy recovery. I apologize on his behalf and to Kick for the situation. Now, I want to make this very fucking clear. The fact that his father is apologizing and not him is fucking insane to me. I don't care if his son suffered 1,000 concussions. What happened in that ring is assault. In my opinion, it is premeditated assault. We're going to talk about some of the incidents that led up to this. and all of that. I also have an edited version of what happened in the ring. Thanks, Moist Critical, for covering it, because I wasn't gonna fucking spend the time to edit it. But when I tell you, I will describe to you what happened, and we will kind of go through it. So I saw this, and I was like, huh, I want to investigate this a little bit. So let's start a little bit. We're not going to start in my initial tweet. What we will do is start a little bit later in the timeline. So let's talk about what Rampage is highlighting.
Hell no.
So let's talk about what Rampage is highlighting in the incident outside of the ring. Greg, you are the wrestling aficionado. Can you describe kayfabe?
So originally it was a carny term because wrestling has roots in like American carny historical shit. Yeah, culture, and it's pretty much just in the old carny days you would have like come look at the freaks, but also come look at the strong men, and that kind of evolved into come look at the strong men fight each other. But when your two acts kind of beat each other to a pulp, you can't do that 2 nights in a row or 2 weekends in a row. So they would eventually start staging the fights, which is what pro wrestling eventually turns into. The term kayfabe was just essentially to make sure that everybody who's on the rule that or on the nose that they were on the take, they know like who's going to win. It's just kind of like a way to make sure that you're it's kind of like the secret rule. You don't really mention it. Since the 90s, it's been more in like the cultural zeitgeist, especially now it's kind of exploded. But it just originated with pro wrestling and kind of keeping the play in the ring going, or the narrative in the ring going outside of the ring.
Right. It's extremely important to note that one of the major things is that pro wrestling and even indie wrestling, this is indie wrestling, let's be honest.
So it's indie pro wrestling. It's always going to be pro wrestling regardless, but yeah.
Kayfabe, when you're keeping kayfabe, what you're doing is that you're keeping the act alive. So if you're playing what is traditionally known as a heel, which in wrestling terms is the bad guy. If you are playing the heel, you play the heel for the crowd, even when you're not on the ring. The only time you obviously break that immersion and illusion is if you're like at home or you're actually inside of the training. If you've ever seen any kind of wrestling training and things like that, there are multiple TV shows when I was growing up, when I was like a teenager, where they would like find like the next NXT wrestler, which was an offshoot of WWE, as well as
they still do that too.
Yeah, and other different things. These wrestlers go through training, they go through rehearsals. They are rehearsing the moves to then do later, because they're also trained to, hey, if someone gets fucking hurt, because let's just say you took a spot, which is a specific move, like it's a specific set of moves, and you took a spot and you took it real poorly. Like it's not like they missed each other. It's not like somebody whiffed or whatever. Somebody landed really bad and they're actually fucking hurt. Well, here's what you do. You play off of it. It's like, okay, we have move C, like set C. We're going to just move to set C because it's clear that you hurt your ankle, and we're not just doing a fucking fly off the top rope because you cannot land it right now. Maybe we'll revisit it and things like that. You will see that they have little calls and signs even in the ring to like alert each other. It's because it's a dance. Any kind of physical contact of this variety is a dance. Now, you will see like a level of professionalism, kind of obviously when it comes to more amateur, more indie pro wrestling kind of stuff. You will see a level of professionalism decrease over time, but everyone kind of knows the deal. Everyone knows what's going on, and typically the people who don't and the ones that are real physical and will bump all the time usually get ousted within the community. People know who they, because if you've watched a lot of pro wrestling stuff, like I've watched like Dark Side of the Ring, which is a really interesting television show done by Vice, as well as like a lot of other stuff regarding pro wrestling, because I find it fascinating. You know who's like the guy that will always go too hard and not play for camera, and those people get fucking ostracized. Everyone knows who they are, and if they're not a big enough name, they will just like throw them out.
There
Yeah.
is something to say too that like in the indie scene, when if you don't have like a big name drawing in a crowd, one way to get crowds is to do
Crazy
kind of up
shit.
the ante with some
Yeah.
with some of the acts you can do. Tables, chairs, ladders.
matches.
There's
Barbed
hardcore
wire.
matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barbed wire, which are hardcore matches. But like just upping the ante that you wouldn't normally see on TV, except like in the 90s when they did have televised 90s stuff like that too.
There is, and there's differences, like Weaver's calling like shoot wrestling, which is not shoot wrestling is choreographed. That's a little bit of a misnomer. Shoot wrestling is a specific style that is very popular in Japan because there's a lot of high flying stuff too. You also have lucha libre, which is a vastly different style in South America, specifically Mexico, where it's a lot of high flying and things like that. It's a lot of top rope stuff. It's a lot of,
and they have like
flips.
they all have their own like culture too associated with it.
Yes. Like masks are something that Japan and Mexico are very much into. In the US, we kind of have that, but we kind of appropriate it. Japan wrestling is a lot more story oriented. It's kind of insane what they will do. They'll have like years long stories. Like they don't like last like months to a year. These will be fucking years long, and like you will see motherfuckers like cry at the end of a match. It's one of the big ones is the Golden Boys with Kenny Omega and the other gentleman I can't remember off the top of my head. And essentially it's like this years long thing where they were a tag team for years, then they're separated, and Kenny's final bout in Japan is with essentially his best friend, and they're sobbing in the middle of the ring. It's like insane. They totally broke kayfabe because they were gonna miss each other. It was like a whole big thing. But again, all of that to say that this is incredibly planned and things of that nature, and they keep themselves on for the camera. Very important. So let's talk about what happens here, where Psycho Stu went wrong, how that was rectified, and then we get to the incident that happened last night.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a
So let's talk about that real quick. He does hit him in the head with a beer can. Now, you may be asking, wow, that fucking hurts. And of course it does. Obviously, they learn how to hit people in a very specific way that it's not like totally gonna fuck them up. But yeah, probably incredibly ill-advised. There was no, like, ill-advised. Raja here is essentially invited by whatever the promoter is. He is a kick streamer. He is streaming. He is there to just watch. At this time, he is not part of the show. Very important to note that.
Oh, you gonna sell it? Easy. He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
You're good.
What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it? Dude, he's not a fucking
Bro.
worker, bro.
What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, I will fuck him
we're
up,
good.
bro.
I know
No,
you will.
no.
We're good.
I will
Sorry
fuck
about
him
that.
up, bro.
I know you will.
I don't play that shit.
Sorry about that, bro.
So look, you see his face. He know he done fucked up. So when they say he's not a worker, what they're saying is that he is not a part of the show. What did he do it for? So
Also he also mentions not selling. What that means is if you take a hit or you take a bump, you have to sell the damage that you're taking. So Raja getting hit in the head and not moving because he just hit him and he's not moving. He's not selling the hit because he's not a worker. If he was there to wrestle the match, if everybody's under the guise that they're being recorded, this is part of the show on the outskirts before the show starts, like to hype the show up beforehand, he would like take the bump, he'd sell the damage to his head essentially.
yes, yeah, and that's essentially what it is. Slug, thank you for the $4.99. Wrestling may be fake, but it's not stinky. But thank you. Yen, Greg is our local wrestling autist, even though he does not have the autism. But he does love wrestling, probably as much as you do. So
So Yen probably knows more.
Probably maybe. But you've like gone to some of these American scenes, so like you know a little bit about the culture here. So I think that's why I wanted to bring you on for this. So
Just
obviously,
that, yeah. I've never been on before. Gotcha.
Nah, I will fuck him up, bro.
I know you will. So I got you. So
I do not play that shit at all.
Nah, I got you.
So obviously, and this is the point where I'm like, okay, Raja is reasonably upset. He was struck in the head. He is not a part of the show. He's supposed to be there. He's just like showing up and things like that. And Stu's like, fuck, what did I just do? And people are breaking them up. Like, he doesn't really know who he is, but it is what it is, right? So this happens, right? And it's an inciting kayfabe moment. As I went on to say, like, the following is the inciting incident of kayfabe, which is when wrestlers play up aggressive actions for an audience with the understanding that it is just that, acting. Again, Stu wasn't aware of who Raja was. Still inappropriate to have struck him. He probably should have gotten warned. But like the rest, not everyone, it's very clear that they were not aware that this guy was coming in. So, after this tense event, the wrestler and others tried to quell the situation before the assault, as Raja clearly doesn't understand the difference between acting and his bruised ego. And I want to make that very clear, that Raja is justified in being upset, but the following incidents are insane. So here we go.
He always think that we're working over here like it's part of the fucking storyline.
Just hit one. What kind of homo?
So they're talking about it a little bit.
Be a rampage. And so
No, bro.
Go ahead, Stu. This is all good.
So this is them trying to quell him down, calm him down. There's other stuff.
So fucking seal that.
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
And this is them quelling everything. This is them talking it out. This is them just like being like, listen, I fucked up. This is Stu's second apology to him, being like, listen, it's on me. I fucked up. Like Yed says, for 499, kayfabe should be maintained. Wrestling is an art form, and The Undertaker and Kane are brothers. Lost Coyote with the 5. Influencer wrestling sounds friggin' base, not gonna lie. Lost a Coyote now. But yes, Chad, we have hit that goal. She'll get a treat in a little bit. I kind of want to I want to try to run through this. We have a lot of topics today. I promise you she will get the treats. And not only that, if you hit another goal, she will get more treats. I promise you. Feed that doggo. She will get more treats. So if you bank them up, I will give her 2 treats. But thank you guys very, very much. So again,
I'm sorry, bro.
Them apologizing.
Out,
they're still apologizing. A hot take, Logan Paul is a good wrestler. Where's the TTS? TTS is off for a little bit while we do some
That's
stuff.
not a hot take.
Not a hot take. He's actually pretty good. Logan Paul is actually pretty good. I wish he would stick to that and not, I don't know, the fucking rug pulling. Yeah. So, here is the third incident. Look, they are talking to each other. They are calming each other down. They're having a conversation.
No, I thought you were first. You stay in the camera.
I get it.
We're not working out. Well, he's gonna come out on your mat, Juice. I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working.
I get it. Yeah. I get it now. Now you
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're always working.
And again, so like this is everything. Like Raja has been playing it cool. He's like understand. Like listen, he could still be upset. He could still be angry, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. But I do think that there's a very... You see this interaction. He could still be upset and annoyed. But the idea that it's still going on is bonkers to me personally. Now, this would continue on and become a little bit of a storyline for the kick stream. I want to highlight this post. Thank you, Greg, for finding this one. I forgot. I didn't put this in my notes. But here is... During the stream,
you fucking give him his receipt. You remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag this shit.
So when they're saying go give him his receipt, what's happening is that they're telling Raja, "Hey, you're gonna be part of the show now because of everything that happened. We want you a part of the show. So here's what you're gonna do: you get back at him. You get to get back at him. You get to give him a little tap, and then we'll kind of deal with it." And like the gentleman's gonna
put it
say,
out, fucking run out there. Tag this shit, bro.
And is this wholly appropriate? I don't fucking know. I don't know if I would wrestle with this guy who told this guy to tag his shit after the whole thing is kind of like done and over it. It's so much like crazy. And this storyline gets even wilder. Now, what kind of set me off when I was watching this?
He always think that we're working.
So what kind of? Oh my God! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
You gotta hit the bottom right. You gotta hit the pause.
I gotta do a lot of things. So what set me off for this incident was this clip. So you saw Rampage talking about that. You've seen all the other stuff, right? I want to highlight what Raja is saying to his kick chat while getting ready to enter the ring and already being told that he's going to enter it. I want to just play it for you, and you of the audience can tell me if you think that this is okay.
Tell you guys this. They told me to hit him and just leave. Somebody who pulled me off of him will leave. I'm telling you, I'm going to hit him as many times as I can. Watch. No, they didn't tell me to fake hit him. They said I could hit him for real. Yeah, they allowed me to hit him for real. If he hits me back for real, I don't give a fuck. I want him to.
This is Raja preparing to hit him. And now a lot of people may come on the side of, hey, I'm just gonna hit him. This is they told me to do it. But he's clearly saying that they told him to hit him, but they're gonna pull him off. Not, I'm gonna hit him as many times as I fucking want. Not, oh, I could get to pummel him, right? They literally are just telling him, hit him once, we'll pull you off, you get a little bit of a lick back, and we'll call it even Stevens.
I wanna just say one thing to Yen. He's not a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he doesn't know what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. He's not a wrestler specifically. He is an MMA fighter. He's a trained MMA fighter. Now, big shout out to the Most Critical for doing a video on this, because I am not going to edit this. But still, obviously, viewer discretion is advised. Now, I'm going to explain to you what happens before you watch it. So, Raja is going to go into the ring. He's going to lift and pick up Stu. And as he puts him to the mat, it is very clear that, acting or not, Stu is fucking winded. I don't know if he's knocked out at this point or whatever it may be. Raja will continue to not just pummel him, but have 20 plus unanswered strikes to the head, to the point where there is blood all over the mat. This has been edited to not show that. Obviously, my tweet has the unedited clip of violence. It is 22 consecutive punches. The man is unconscious at a certain point, whether you think it's from the slam or at a certain point just getting hit in the head. But these go unanswered. The ref does not step in. Literally, other people have to pull him off. So let's watch it. So again, this was planned. So he slams him into the ground. And this is him repeatedly striking him in the face. Repeatedly. They're trying to pull him off. He is still hitting him in the face. There is blood on the mat. Like, legitimately. This is them pulling him off. They had to physically take him down. He is still swinging at this man. He is still swinging. Now I'm going to go to later in the video, because Voice Critical has the other stuff that I didn't have pulled up. But you can physically see Raja's reaction after the fact. Again, this is 22 plus unanswered punches. So this is Raja after.
Essentially flatlined.
Hello?
Ooh. Oh. Hold up.
Hello? shit pissed me off though, Andre.
I understand that, but now they can't wake the nigga up. He's fucking in the ring, fucking flatline, bro.
My
You
bad.
didn't have to do all that shit. I understand that you didn't have to fucking take it serious.
All right, I'll call you back later.
This is his response to either a
bad.
friend, camera person, or agent. I told you to sweep his leg. You didn't. You pummeled the motherfucker. He is what they considered flatline. Now, from what we know, Stu is currently in the ICU in stable condition, but we don't know if there's any lasting brain damage. We don't know if there's any damage to his face that would cause any lasting issues. So we have no idea. He's in shock. You would say that, Pimenta. However, this is not Raja's initial response to the incident. This is Raja's specific initial response to the incident. This is moments after he is pulled off of this gentleman. This is his initial response.
Motherfuckers playing with me, bro. Real shit. One of them's a bitch and fucking bit me. I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit.
He's walking away.
This is him walking away from the incident. He is physically walking away from the incident, still hyped up. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe Kick did this. I can't believe Kick allowed this. Obviously, I don't think anyone on Kick staff was thinking that he'd fucking beat the bricks off of this dude. Like, I don't think that he was going to do any of this. And I'm going to be honest, as much as you want Kick to turn off the live stream, they shouldn't. Because this is evidence. Like, legitimately, allegedly, the police are now looking for Raja and they're investigating the incident. They're physically investigating this right now. Wolf, thank you for the 7 months. Having recently discovered a passion for MMA, I don't know how these guys do this kind of thing and aren't ashamed of making the rest of the sport look so bad. I fucking wish I knew too. Hey, Lazy, what's up? But again, Raja is hyped up on the adrenaline. The shock doesn't come till later. Oh, my bad, doesn't come till later. From what we know, the police are currently investigating this. If there's an update to the story, I'll definitely update it. But like, this is insane. Like, this is like one of the most insane things on the back of a streamer dying in his sleep, presumably from unknown, like a heart issue, potentially in relation to what he did on stream. This is kind of insane. And Greg, I know that you, as a wrestling fan, have like very interesting thoughts on this that I'm curious about.
Well, so I don't like non-wrestlers being involved in spots regardless because they don't know the situation or the like the tact of how to be a professional wrestler in the ring and what it means to look out for the other person in the ring like that. So, and he absolutely was not going in there thinking he was going to look out for him. And then clearly afterwards, just his reaction to it also, it's just very, yeah, chat saying it's dangerous, it's disrespectful, it's hateful, I love wrestling and I love the story and I love the act of it and I love the performance and I love indie stuff. I love WWE, I love AEW, I love New Japan, I love Lucha Libre. I love the Europe scene, the indie Europe scene. It's just I don't. This is rough.
This is rough. It's absolutely one of those things where it's unacceptable. Obviously, as much as you can hate on Kick, which I know that you can, this is a little bit of a different scenario with Kick because this was not Kick glorifying this. This was not pushed to the front of the page. This was not on the back of people. I believe they said like the founder of Kick is like the 4th most donated person to the French stream where the gentleman died. Like this was a freak incident. But you could tell that there are factors of it that are premeditated, that I don't care if this guy has as much CTE at 10 years old as a motherfucking Aaron Hernandez. It is clearly inappropriate what happened. no one could have like stopped this. Like, this is such a moment of pure unpredictability regarding everyone at this event. Yes, the ref should have stepped in. Yes, everybody else should have fucking popped in and immediately grabbed it. If
Way
you've watched
faster.
MMA for any period of time, you know that refs get a lot of shit for not breaking up fights fast enough or going too early. Did they have no security? I don't know. I don't know if they had any security. He obviously left. They were probably all in shock from what I could tell. Like this, it's an insanity thing. To me, this is clearly premeditated. He was told he can hit him only once, and he says, I'm going to hit this motherfucker as many times as I want, even if they pull me off. Because clearly, when they pulled him off, he threw another guy and then started pummeling the guy again, only to get grabbed by a third person and allegedly get bit, right? And it is like one of the most insane things, because regardless of how you feel about combat sports, regardless of how you feel about a lot of the other parts of it, this is so grossly inappropriate. Especially when you come to any kind of fighters. They know, any good combat athlete knows that they are trained to kill a normal human being or someone of their stature. That any wrong hit can kill someone. This right here was not that instance. Raja Jackson clearly put caution to the wind and led with his ego, knew the power of his fists, and did not give a shit if he killed him. It is my truest belief that he would not have stopped even if this guy's face caved in. Like, it is just how it is.
I know we talked about this a little bit beforehand because we were like looking at all this, but I just wanted to read just some of the thing that I had written earlier today. Just because I had all my thoughts out earlier. Where's this?
Yeah, I know you wrote something. Yeah, because we were.
I wrote up. We were talking about.
We were really like talking about this.
When you're a boxer or an MMA fighter, you're looking out for yourself. You're fighting for yourself at the end of the day. Pro wrestlers are performers, and the only way to make sure the performances continue next week is if everyone looks after one another. It's just the dangers of having inexperienced people coming in the ring and don't know their expectations. That isn't the full issue with what's happening here. Clearly, he was insulted and there's a misunderstanding. Decided to take matters into his own hands. I do believe the ref has some of them. Ref should have stepped in. Absolutely, more people should have stepped in way sooner.
And it's not like placing blame specifically where it alleviates responsibility off of Raja. No.
But the thing too is the expectation was you get to tag him. You get a receipt. He hits you once, you hit him once. We're square. You go, go your separate way. Somebody pull you off. But he pretty much lied. Yeah. Straight to their faces. Yeah. And as far as we knew, Stu was aware that it was just going to be one, and clearly,
you can clearly see Stu lifts himself for the spot and things like that. He didn't take the fall well. No, from what I understand,
very hard.
Stu is a combat veteran. Uses pro wrestling to kind of deal with some of his PTSD because he has a lot of it. He was there's like a small video that I saw. He's a combat veteran. Pro wrestling was a way for him to outlet some of his feelings and issues and rebuild a community. Which by all means, like, that's truly like a beautiful thing. And yeah, the body slam seemed a little crooked. Like,
to answer philosopher, I don't know if it's that. I think it all happened way too fast.
Yeah, I don't think people understood in the moment. Like, you do get shocked because these are essentially indie guys. These are not, from what I could tell, I don't think any of these people are trying to fucking make it in the WWE, the big leagues like the AEW.
That's the pipe dream.
It's a pipe dream, but a lot of these guys are older. It's much more difficult.
This is what they do on the weekends, typically.
Yeah, much more difficult when you do that kind of stuff. But it's very obvious that this was a disgusting display of violence, that it's not indicative of combat sports, because this is violence. That's not what combat sports is. And if you've watched any kind of boxing, MMA, or any kind of combat sport, no. No. Because even MMA fighters know that if you get pulled away from someone, you're supposed to stop. That is like one of the things. Like you legitimately know when to stop. And like that, and that it's something that is ingrained into them. Obviously, I hope Stu makes as much of a full recovery as he possibly can. It's very, very sad what happened. Obviously, if there's updates before we put out an edited VOD of this, I'm gonna put it in there. I know currently, I believe the police are looking into the incident. I don't know if any arrests. Let me look real quick and see if any arrests have been made.
While you're looking, probably not. But while you're looking, I know Kick has terminated his Kick channel as well, and I read as well his dad's. I don't know how true that one is.
Yeah, apparently Kick also they deleted his channel as well, from what I understand. I'm trying to see if there's like anything that is like new. I hate this. I hate top. I want latest. Like at least latest can like give me something. From what I can see, there's nothing like real. Okay, well, there's an update. Stu reportedly flatlined, which for those who don't know, it's being out for more than like 10 seconds in the ring. Choked on his own blood and teeth and was hospitalized. That's nice. I'm glad that we can just, fucking continue with the disabling, but yada yada yada. Let's see. Because there's a actual article here. So major update on the Wild Roger Jackson, yada 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 yada. We've been reporting on the son of UFC champion Quentin Rampage Jackson, live streaming on Los Angeles, yada yada yada. Interrupted a match at the Knox Experience event, produced by a WWE ID affiliated Knox X Pro Wrestling Academy. Fucking insane. Rushed to the hospital, blah, 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 blah. USA Today. Literally, it's like he was choking on his own blood and teeth. Somebody reminded me that there were kids there, and I was like, oh my God. This is the gimmick, my bad, when they talked about it. I want to see if there's anything. Let's see. Marlowe told USA Today that a child at the event was visibly traumatized. He said, there's a kid sitting here like, are you okay? Was that real? What's happening? Why doesn't anyone help him? You could see the fear on his face. He also called for legal action against Jackson, describing the attack as absurd on its face. I'm trying to see if there's like, it doesn't seem like there's any updates on his.
The last line
health.
says there's no writing.
As of writing, Roger Jackson and Hudson have not commented on the incident. The Los Angeles Police Department is reportedly investigating the incident, and charges may be filed. So again, if there are charges that are filed in the interim between anything like that, we definitely will update you. I do think that this is a really like important and interesting story that I know a lot of people may pick it up as, oh, this is an incident of like Kick being negligent. Marcus Ham, so I'm assuming is this gentleman in the center. I know this is all over the media right now, and absolutely nothing to say regardless of what transpired, but I want everyone who's concerned about Stuart Smith, which is this gentleman right here, that's what Psycho Stu is named, to know that he is awake now, but in bad shape. So please keep him in your prayers. It's going to be a long road to recovery. And that's pretty much it for this story right now. If there are updates, we will let you guys know. But thank you. Yes, he made it all the way to NBC and CBS. This is a nationwide story. This is bad. I really do hope that even if Stu can never wrestle again, I truly hope that this guy's okay. Fuck wrestling. I just hope the guy is alive. That's like my biggest concern.
Yeah.